Okay, greetings, salutations, good day and hi, you guys and gals, and welcome to the second half of IndieCar's 15th series. We have rounds 7 through 9 for today. We're going to be racing on a short oval at Nazareth. Then it's on to a fictional fantasy circuit at Bullrun somewhere in Colorado, and then we are going to wrap up the morning with another short oval round on the high-bent, egg-shaped oval that is Darlington. Let's have a look at the classifications first. Starting off with the top 5 in the oval classification, Lena Lazar currently leading the classification thanks to her win at Gateway, 124 points. At 105 points in second is the Pocono winner, Suopatra. Third is newcomer Ami Amami, not Amiya Aranya. We're talking about Ami Amami of the former Prism project, 90 points. 1 point ahead of an whale named Bao and Kawasaki Sui. Another one of the rookies this series, 72 points in 5th in the oval classification. So a 5th place in the classification in the ovals. And in the Road and Street classification, she currently has the lead, 142 points, Kawasaki Sui. Akuma Nimane is second in the classification with 128. Third is Cinder, 91. Doki Bird, 84, is fourth. And Lena is fifth with 64. Having a look at the full points table. 2 rookies in the top 5 in the championship. Kawasaki Sui leading the points, 214, thanks to her 2 wins at Long Beach and Akron. Second is Lena Lazar, 188, 26 behind Kawasaki Sui. Third is, of course, Numi, 165. Ami Amami fourth, 133. And by a tiebreaker, it's Doki Bird, who's currently in 5th. 117 points along with Vividly Vivi. Bottom half of the standings. A bit of a struggle for former IndyCar champion with Nacho Neko. 13 points all on road courses, yet to race on an oval. And then Hochi, just trying to get used to the stiff competition, meant being ghosted. Hanamori Healthy, not looking too healthy. And Hoshifuri Iku just well, lucky enough to be here. Alright. Joining me once again in commentary is, of course, Adak. Hello.
Yeah, hello and good morning to you, Dag. So nice to see every single one of these cars getting ready for the third quarter of the IndyCar season, which is essentially the 15th running of the season. So anyways, welcome everyone into the stream as we're about to get into the third quarter of the season. Of course, the first of the 3 races that we will be covering is, of course, Nazareth Speedway. Of course, it's a defunct racetrack that was open from 1910 to 2004, and it has hosted IndyCar and minor NASCAR races. And there's one thing about Nazareth that I would like to point out. Unlike Pocono, which only has 3 turns, did you know that Nazareth actually has 4? Which the final corner actually has 2 corners instead of 1. And also, just to reinforce the part that is Nazareth being a mini version of Pocono, the banking for the turn 1 and the straightaways is only at 2.7 degrees. Turns 2 and 3 are set at 3 degrees, and turn 4 is at around 4 degrees.
That's a relatively flat track. Alright, so we'll have the damage multiplier set for this race at 50%. And we're going to be racing 50 laps here, as we will have Adak showcase the track in this track preview.
Alright, so you can see here, it's not a long lap here, as you can see here. As you can see here, turn 1 is essentially just flat out. You might have to lift off it at the first corner, but in the second corner, you need to brake and then just try to carry as much speed as possible into turns 2 and into these next section here. You also want to try to just lift off or just flat out brake into this turn 3 and 4 section. And this exit of turn 4, it is very important for you to actually have a very good run, because turn 1, you might have to go a bit flat out, but of course, just like any other oval, momentum is very, very important. So I could probably see the multiple drivers just trying to get themselves used to whatever they are doing. Also, I just want to know if it is normal for the drivers to essentially brake at this part.
That's a bit of an rFactor glitch. This track probably doesn't have perfect AI. Trying to make sure the AI calibration has the cars just going through the start-finish without losing speed. Yeah, this is track preview. There's nothing I can do with this
messy.
one. Yeah.
While track preview is messy, let's just hope that the actual session doesn't have that. So, Dag, let's take it away for the start of the session.
Oh yeah, we will go ahead. Quite the holy circuit for Christian leading people, at least. I suppose you say so, but this Nazareth is in Pennsylvania. I mean, it still technically exists, but it's in a completely run-down, abandoned state. But it's been preserved. It's been preserved, not perfectly, but it seems usable. We've been here before a few times in a couple of previous series, but let's see what this time will be for the Indies as we go ahead and load.
So anyways, just wanted to add a bit of an extra information about Nazareth. It's in the name already. Nazareth, of course, it's in the Holy Land, if I'm not mistaken. So, of course, the track, the name of the track actually having a lot of significance to the Christians who may know of this track. But let's not talk about that too often, as we're about to see which drivers do not take part and which drivers have failed to qualify.
Oh yeah, speaking of a holy place, it's quite fitting that it would be the first the site of Nana Amano's very first oval win, she being a Tenchi. That was back in Corpo Car quite a while ago. OGT didn't qualify. Non Umiya Emma, Nina, Iku, yikes, 3. Three some project names failed to make the cut.
Ouch. Just wanted to check. I believe it's the same thing. 30 cars are going to be starting this race, with 5 of the cars essentially getting the boot.
Yeah, and the other 5 being marked as absentees.
It's going to be a big F. So anyways, just wanted to highlight the starting right here. Annie takes pole position with a 30.146. And get this, 5 drivers actually set identical lap times.
Whoa.
But if we want to use the F1 tiebreaker, just want to point this one out. I believe Annie is the one that crossed the line first. And then Tenjin Kotone, and then Bao, Cinder, and Hanamori Healthy essentially crossed the line after that. And since all 5 of these cars have crossed the line with identical lap times, but due to Annie crossing the line first, she gets the pole position.
All right, we'll take that.
So anyways.
Go ahead.
Anyways, Annie on pole position with Tenjin Kotone second, Bao and Cinder in third and fourth. Hanori Mori Healthy fifth, with Doki Bird the first driver out of the 3146. Mark that number. With at sixth place, Niro-sama seventh, with Kawasaki Sui eighth, Vivi ninth, and Tomoe Umari is in 10th. Nacho Neko now finally making her first oval start, with Lena Lazar 12th, Ami Aranya 13th, Saroe 14th, Kiki Pyeonpyeon 15th with Min Phantom in 16th, Rudo 17th with Ami Amami 18th, Jesotoiki 19th, and Shai Lily 20th. Shigeru Ui and Ida Pochi, 2 illustrator VTubers, make out the 11th row, with Hore 1010 23rd. Did you know that? Just want to get a bit of a fun fact. Hore 1010 shares the exact same illustrator as Sakuna. Yeah. Is Hakuna in this race? Yes, she is in 29th. So Hori Tenten 23rd, Kitanya 24th, Captain Hana 25th with Ayami 26th, Suo Patra 27th with Watagashi Uno 28th, Yuki Sakuna 29th, and Fallen Shadow in the 30th and final place.
All right, the grid is indeed set. We're going to be racing 50 laps here. We're going to have 2 pace laps because that's how this track was set up. And
yeah, especially given how short the track is.
Yeah, it's only just shy of 1 mile in length. And
yeah, 0.946 too. So let's just get the cars underway, shall we?
Yes. 50% damage, 50 laps, 50-50. It's going to be a real toss-up to see who will take the win here. We're going to be racing here at Nazareth for round 7 as we begin the second half of this 15th Series Championship. Annie and Katone, your front row. 2 Hondas, followed by 2 Chevys. And then...
That's a good fun fact here.
Yeah.
So, just going to see the 15 cars just rolling into the racetrack here for the first of 2 pace laps here. What are your thoughts about the race predictions?
I expect a bit of chaos on this track. Because previous editions on this track, we've seen what's the difference between high attrition and low attrition?
Well, high attrition means that there's just a lot of crashes, lots of DNFs, lots of crazy shenanigans happening. Low attrition just means that everyone's just running A-OK. But let's just hope that the attrition levels are going to be set at pretty low. I mean, we really don't want to see a repeat at Long Beach where we just see multiple crashes left, right, and center, with cars essentially being stranded at the middle of the racetrack with the leaders being caught up and essentially causing damage as a result.
Alright, hopefully the attrition doesn't get too high. Let's see what happens as Annie and Tenshin Katone will lead everyone off to the green flag. Round 7 here at Nazareth is gonna go green right around now. Here we go.
Ooh, it looks like from what we're seeing here, Annie's just going to be able to defend the inside line into turn 2 and into the final corner here. Tenji Katone is going to try to actually cause some trouble to Annie, and maybe Katone is going to go around the outside.
Oh no!
But also
Katone probably jumped the start and has to lose a lap. That's the rFactor glitch here. With some cars starting toward the front, jumping the start and being penalized a lap. So it's Annie with the lead, healthy second, Balthard.
Yeah, we want to see when Tenji Katone will have to serve that pit stop penalty. But anyways, I just want to see the drivers for the back.
Oh, no!
Why did Annie slow down? Oh my goodness!
That's what I was worried about. That's what I was worried about. The cars slowing down at the start. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's just what I was worried about. Yeah, cars slowing down and then bunching up and then. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Cars
yeah, that's the
airborne.
end of the race already for the pole sitter. Unlucky for Annie. Vivi is
and
also
like
a goner.
Vivi too. Yeah, multiple cars out of race. Shigure Ui too.
Bow.
And there's Bao out. Yeah, you saw Bao actually piling on the actual cars, collected the leader that was Annie. Looks like, and then there's also multiple cars now coming into the pit lane as a result.
So at the moment, it's Cinder with the lead as cars have to go around the parched car just after turn 1.
Just look at the exit of turn 1 here. I fear that the cars might get collected as well.
Yeah, how bad is things early on? At least 2 cars are down, and that's all we've seen so far.
Down already.
Cinder in the lead, Amiya Aranya in second, and Mitt Bantam in third.
Yeah, despite all of this happening.
Lando job according to...
Whoa,
man! Oh, that is dangerous by Shy Lily. Just lost control. Let's look at the
I
replay.
believe yeah, it looks to me that she just lost the rear in the middle of the corner. The rear end just didn't want to cooperate with the car, and Shia Lily was brought to the spin and collected a car in the process.
And for some reason, some cars are touching grass.
Yep, when we talk about asking them to touch grass, well, they're doing something right, but I'm not sure this is what we meant.
Well then, Mint certainly doesn't want to give up the ghost here. And I am using a religious term, considering that where we're at. And she herself is a ghost. And more cars having issues.
Oh, more cars being piled up!
Well, look at the damage on Nero's front wing.
She's continuing on as usual from what we're seeing. She's continuing despite having the damage. Also, looks like Uno has some serious damage on the suspension too.
Punt the tire out of the way.
Whoop. Anyways, just wanted to check back on the other drivers. Phantom in now having to defend against Nirosama. Meanwhile, further back, there is Fallen Shadow now having to peel away to Sui. Meanwhile, Swapatra, who already won at Pocono. Yeah, that's 40-10-10. No rear wing. Side pod's gone. She's gonna have to go to the pit lane. Talk about attrition. But yeah, we haven't seen this much attrition since Long Beach.
Yeah, short oval racing for IndieCars and rFactor usually tend to be massive crash fests.
Yeah, you saw that. You got to see that one, right? So anyways, just looking into the current leaders, Min Phantom maintains the lead. Swapatra actually having if I'm not mistaken, a 7-second gap to the leader. So right now we're gonna be taking a look into Swapatra, just trying to catch up, and also looking into the lead lap cars. There's only like 4 cars within the lead lap of Min Phantom, with Yasutoiki running in 6th, a lap down.
Already high attrition coming into play, with a whole bunch of cars losing ground.
Too.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got some side-by-side battle at least here with Amami now around the outside.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and that's been Phantom actually holding up Nirosama, and also Yasutoiki trying to unlap herself.
The dreaded start-finish glitch. That this track is infamous for. Cinder is fine. Hannah. And keep an eye on some of these cars to see if they'll have it.
There's Min Phantom!
Min Phantom.
You saw that one coming. Lost her rear wing, huge damage to possibly the engine and the rear suspension. You can see here, without the rear wing on these fast corners, she is going to struggle with the lack of rear end grip. So she's going to be experiencing serious amounts of oversteer and at serious risks of spinning out. So you see here just how much of a struggle that Min Phantom has now that her rear wing is gone.
So Swapatra takes over in the lead, already having won on an oval and a massive triangular oval. This is a smaller sort of triangular-ish oval. Hopefully, rFactor AI doesn't screw her up in the start-finish area where we've seen many a blooper.
So anyways, I just wanted to add a bit of a fun fact here. Right now she's currently leading on what is essentially mini Pocono. She's already won on the bigger Pocono, which is the real Pocono, on round 3 of the IndyCar season, the 15th season of the IndyCar series. And also, Swapatra is now leading here in Nazareth, which can technically be seen as a mini version of essentially Pocono.
That's right.
So let's see if Swapatra can be the Queen of Triangles.
The Queen of Triangles in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, come to think of it, yeah. We also just realized about the geographical location of these two tracks, even though, yeah.
P for Patra, P for Pocono, P for Pennsylvania? Yeah. Let's see if she can...
PPP.
Yeah. Let's see if she can take over on both. Yeah. Alright.
So, just wanted to give a bit of a fun fact here. Right now, Tenjin Kotone, despite being ordered to essentially go through a one-lap penalty, she's still currently in second.
Yeah, Tenjin Kotone, who prefers racing on ovals, doing pretty good on another one at the moment.
Well, let's be fair. This oval is more like a road course than an actual larger oval due to the car's setup here. Sure, it's a lower downforce than your standard road course setup, but it has the standard front and rear wing that you see on a road course. It's just that it has less of those wings bolted onto these cars. So it's like driving on a road course, but you're only turning left, essentially.
Yeah. I was worried about a bit of cars bunching up toward the start-finish, but not much happening. Let's see how it is this time, and everyone driving cleanly, luckily.
Ooh.
We're through 20 of the scheduled 50-lap race.
And you got to see some side-by-side action there, as you have seen there. I'm not sure who those two drivers are, but as far as the other drivers are concerned, we still get to see some great racing action from the remaining cars, even though the car counts have drastically decreased.
Oh no! Car count might decrease here.
Yeah,
unless
the car count
the
is going
wheels
to decrease
stay
somewhat
in place.
Yeah, you also get to see Yuki Sakuna and the 5 cars, or the 4 cars that went behind her, actually managed to continue on as usual. But you get to see more pile up here. Swole Patra is now involved in the collision. Dokiber gets spun out. Nacho Neko manages to go ahead.
Amazingly, I don't think I saw anyone losing wheels. They're all going into pit lane.
Yeah, the body work just keeps on flying off. Now, just want to give a bit of an update about rFactor.
Yeah.
Usually, you do retire if you lose a tire or your engine blows.
Yes.
And not because your car is essentially beach. So that probably explains a few things as we get to see the remaining cars running. Speaking of which, Dak, let's just take a look into the remaining amount of cars available.
8 cars in the lead lap. 15 within 1 lap behind, and the rest of the field still just the 3 accidents from the 3rd lap.
Anyways, I just wanted to remind everyone that 4 cars have actually officially retired from this Nazareth race. We've only got 26 cars remaining. Bao, Vivi, Vivi, Annie are amongst the DNFers. I'm not sure.
The 4th DNF is the placeholder car, so that's actually 3 cars retired from this race.
Well, yeah, just wanted to point that one out as well. Excuse us for that information. So anyways, Tenjin Kotone, I believe, now currently leads this Nazareth race with Captain Hana now actually 4 seconds behind. Yasutoiki 12 seconds behind, with also the 4th place car Umari currently running in 4th place, 14 seconds behind.
And Rurudo 5th. So, whoa, an issue with Kotone.
Oh, and Tenjin Kotone now.
Watch out. Losing position.
But she manages to stay on the lead lap at least.
Captain Hana takes over in the lead.
And just wanted to check on the other drivers here. Yasutoiki now, I believe, is currently in 2nd place. We have Yasutoiki has yet to actually get into 2nd place. So watch out for Yasutoiki though. She might actually try to make a move here to pass the other lap cars. But yeah, she's running 3rd at the moment.
Oh man, more cars having incidents. Shigori Ui running into problems. Any more cars having problems, we'll have to check the replay. Ui, not quite as versed on oval racing as she is in road course action.
Oh man,
getting into a bit of a blooper. And
yeah, was used as a ramp there. You saw another car flying.
Yeah. So Ui has to go back into pit lane, and more cars having trouble. Uh-oh, fallen shadow.
Fallen shadow. Yeah. Just to continue.
Ayami having issues.
Oh, Ayami!
Tenten. Oh man, spinning wide. Oh man.
Kiki Pion. Oh, and Captain Hannah, I believe, got collected as well.
Oh man, that's a big hit by Nacho. Let's see that again. Nacho Neko, where are you, Nacho?
Nacho Neko's now down in 23rd.
Oh man, collecting another Honda car.
That's not gonna look good on the resume.
A lot of cars in pit lane.
So it's now Captain Hannah now leading after 30 laps here. Tenji Katone now behind Captain Hannah by 15 seconds.
Oh man, look at the gap between first and second, and how close it was between second and third briefly, but now it seems to have expanded a bit. Sakuna now third behind Tomoe. Hannah still leading.
And of course, yeah. I just wanted to point out that there's only, I believe, one VTuber, at least in this race, that's illustrated by Gao, which is currently the Yuki Sakuna car that's currently running in third place. Of course, we saw Hori Tenten's car being battered into absolute nothingness. Of course, the Tenten's car, of course, being listed as one of the DNFers. Oh, never mind. She's actually still here. So just want to give a bit of a update. So Hori Tenten is still here. So Yuki Sakuna is the only driver amongst the Gao illustrated VTuber that's currently running inside the top 3.
Indeed, one of the 4 drivers in the lead lap as it currently stands.
Ooh, and it's gonna get pretty feisty there between potentially Kiki Pion and Suopatra. And actually, there's a battle between the 2 cars here.
Nothing going on here.
Now down the inside. Even though if it is to just clear lap cars or stuff.
Oh man, Mint and Ayami.
Min Phantom again.
Mama
Ayami
and daughter
again.
having issues. Oh, Ayami's front wing gets
and she's
sheared off.
rejoined
Mint
in
has
a very suspicious.
Gets out of danger, hopefully. Oh, that is a bit dangerous there.
And puts parts flying off a good measure. Meanwhile, Captain Hannah there is just going to try to clear Suopatra here for essentially the lap car position. Suopatra is currently the last car on the lead lap.
Yep.
So let's see how good Captain Hannah is able to clear the lap car. Otherwise, the cars at the back is going to catch up.
Down to 14 here. Hannah still with a massive, almost 16-second lead. Sakuna hoping for her first ever IndyCar podium. Early in her VTubing tenure, early in her IndyCar tenure.
Yeah, I mean, it took her like one half of the season to finally get things going and to finally show up in the top 5 positions, especially running in the podium. I can't help but feel happy for her, you know, being an extremely promising hotshot VTuber that we have just seen in recent times. Let's just hope that she's able to hang on.
Amami almost ran into a bit of trouble. Close shave for Yuki Sakuna.
Amami. Yeah, you can see Amami now has to go around the outside. Now just has to give Sakuna room. Sakuna actually made a great move around the inside to pass the car. Meanwhile, Captain Hannah continues to control this race with no serious problems here. As you can see here, the gap's still now at 14 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, between Hannah and the second place car.
There's a lot of traffic in the way of things for Hannah. A pileup among the cars ahead at the start-finish might potentially screw things up. As we soon go down to 10 laps. Seeing if there's an issue going on, and yep, there's some issues going on. Hannah.
And Captain Hannah has to slow down. Natroneko, Swopatra.
Yeah.
Captain Hannah's going to clear Natroneko.
Whoa, don't slow down, and Hannah is good for another lap. Tomoe has an intact car.
Yeah.
Naruto is now third. Oh no, Sakuna.
Oh dear.
There goes her chances at a podium, I fear.
Yeah, but at the very least, we get to see some glimpses of, the glimpses of what we should be seeing from Sakuna, even if it's not meant to be. So, anyways, Captain Hannah continues to run very swimmingly in the lead. Now the gap's dropped down to 11 seconds, or was that 13 seconds? As Omari's just gonna hope that anything might happen on the front, especially coming into these final 10 laps.
This seems to be one of the cleaner Nazareth races we've seen in recent memory, ironically. Despite the start-finish bloopers and as I say that, probably another car may have been screwed up. Aranya.
That's Aranya. This time with no rear wing, she's going to absolutely block the progression. She's going to absolutely be in the way of multiple drivers. Captain Hannah is now right now he's currently behind Aranya, but unfortunately Aranya is just going to be able to clear into the pits as soon as Captain Hannah is able to make the pass. So Captain Hannah continues to lead this race here in Nazareth, round 7 of the IndyCar season, the 15th running of the IndyCar season. In the lead here, Captain Hannah. Let's see if she's able to hang on until the finish.
And I've been dominating throughout much of the second half of the race, and perhaps more. As we will come down to 5 laps.
Oh yeah,
looks
from
clear
the lead
at the
to
moment.
multiple laps down there. Yeah, Sakuna now a few laps down here is just gonna hope to at the very least clear Captain Hannah, as this is not her race at the moment. You can see here, actually just want to check the
3 laps down for Sakuna. 4 on the lead
3 laps
lap.
down for Sakuna after,
Whoa!
only like 2 or 3
no!
cars. Oh, here comes another one.
Oh man!
And Captain Hannah is now being involved here.
Crashes out. Oh, Nero is a goner.
Dear. Yeah, lots of cars going airborne here. Lena Lazar. Yeah. Someone's going off the grass.
Pochi and Tomoe Omari have to go around. Hannah still intact.
Even despite all of this chaos, what is she? A chaos incarnate? Yeah, it looks like cars lost a tire literally at the entry turn 1. Yeah. Just wanted to also highlight a few other things going on. Oh, that's Lone Shadows being spun out. Lots of cars. Yeah, Omari manages to continue on. 13 seconds is the gap, but it's going to open up, especially coming. Yeah. It's lots of cars actually.
For Hannah, but able to correct herself.
We're on the penultimate lap, Dag. So how's this race so far?
Provided that Hannah avoids trouble the rest of the way, I think she may get the win in the bag for her.
Let's just hope that she's able to survive essentially the final lap here.
White flag.
This track being very attritional.
White flag for Captain
Let's just
Hannah.
hope that,
hoping for her to joist the the Jolly Roger the rest of the way. Coming into the last couple turns, and Hannah has been going through clear sailing, clear seas, and she will take the victory here at Nazareth. Captain Hannah gets her second IndyCar win. Congratulations.
second win. So just wanted to give a bit of a highlight here about what her first win was. And was it on a road course? Was it on an oval?
I believe it was on a street course last season. I want to say Baltimore was where she won. All right, Rurudo finishes P3, and Tomoe Umari gets second.
Also, Swole Patra finishing fourth. We would have hoped that she would be able to win this race, given that she's already won Pocono, where of course this is where Pocono was the place where she got her first podium. So anyways, fourth isn't really at that bad. It's a good point to say regardless. So as the cars now get into the pit lane, Dag, just wanted to highlight the race results from 1st to 30th.
Yes.
So anyways, Captain Hannah takes the checkered flag here in Nazareth. Yeah. So Captain Hannah takes the checkered flag here in Nazareth. Tomoe Umari is in second. Rurudo rounds out the podium with third place, with Suo Patra fourth. And as the bit rate continues to fail on me, as I cannot read the results. Anyways, Ida Pochi. Yeah, just want to continue. Ida Pochi now running in and now finishing in fifth. Nice to see her back inside the top five. Lena Lazar's in sixth place might actually be the impetus to keep her in the championship lead. With Hori Tenten 7th, Tenji Kotoni 8th, Chanamori Healthy 9th, and Watagashi Uno 10th. Amiyamami in 11th, with Shai Lily 12th, and Saraway in 13th place.
That sound effect was for 10-10. Getting a top 10 finish.
Yeah. So anyways, just wanted to check into the other drivers' results. With, of course, Saraway 13th, Kiki Pion 14th, Doki Bird 15th, Nacho Neko 16th, with Cinder 17th, Yasatoiki 18th, Fall Shadow and Men Phantom running out of top 20. Lots of cars going a lap down at the very least. Kawasaki Sui in 21st and Yuki Sakana 22nd would mean that actually Lena Lazar will actually extend her championship lead, if I'm not mistaken, with, of course, Ami Aranya and Kitanya in 24th, Ayami 25th, with Shigeru Iui 26th, Niro-sama 27th, and I believe Bao 28th, Vivili Vivi 29th, and Annie, who was on pole position for this race, she finishes last, ironically.
Yeah, waste of a perfectly good pole position for Annie. Do we have previous race winners curse? What was Numi in this race? I don't see her here as far as I'm
Nimone I believe doesn't take part in this race.
So that's previous race winners curse already, as we lock into points. And open up the other file I have right here and make sure I set the names in the right order. Make sure the number of drivers with absentees and DNQs for your names looks correct, and it does look pretty good, and we will give Annie a bonus points for her efforts.
Ooh, wow. And then speaking of points here, is it actually is it actually normal to give points for courtesy?
No. Well, I give points depending upon where they finish. I want to point out the oval classification points. Lena Lazar.
All right.
Lena Lazar, 154. Suo Patra, 141. Amiyamami, 110. Tomoe Umari, 94. Bao, 90. And what do we have for overall, Adak?
Well, for the overalls, but from what we're seeing, actually, so based on what we're seeing here, Lena Lazar actually has the championship lead. Well, based on what we're seeing here, Lena Lazar holds.
That's the oval classification you're looking into. I'm talking about the overall championship.
Yeah.
Here.
All right. So just a bit of a change here. Kawasaki Sui actually, I just wanted to give a bit of a correction. For the road/street courses and for the total classifications, Kawasaki Sui actually leads both races, basically both of these championships. And of course, in the total context here, Leno Lazar is in second. Akuma Nimune, who was absent in the last race, is still in third. Amiyamami fourth, and Suo Patra fifth.
So get this, the points lead as it currently stands, just a single solitary point separating Sui and Lena. Kawasaki Sui 219, Lena 218, Numi 165, a distant third, Amiyamami 153, Patra 147, and I'm sorry to report that Mint is currently at the bottom of the championship standings with just 21. Ooh.
Yeah, obviously not scoring a good amount of points from what we're seeing. From what we're seeing here, the Phantom, Min Phantom, actually had 3 DNQs, 1 absent, with multiple finishes outside of essentially the top 15 and the top 10. So yeah.
All right. So we're going to take a break for just a couple moments, and then we will head off to somewhere in Colorado, where the Fantasy Road...
Welcome to the Bull Run.
Fantasy Road Track Bull Run. Yeah, welcome to the Bull Run. We're going to get into some challenging road course action with banked turns and such. So stick around in just a few moments. We're going to take a break, and then we'll head out to Bull Run. See you all in a bit. And we're back to live action here in IndieCar's 15th series. We are going to get back into the game screen now. We're going to be moving on to round 8 at the Bull Run.
So we're going to be a very interesting track here. So, of course, this is in a fictional place in fictional Colorado. Of course, I can't wait to see how this track turns out. Now, imagine the best parts of a road course and then the best parts of an oval, and then you manage it together into one massive Franken track that is about 3.5 miles. this is what you get with the Bull Run. Of course, this track has seen versions in NR 2003 and rFactor, and of course, we're going to be racing in the rFactor version. So, anyways, Dag, if you please show us the preview.
Preview's up.
So, anyways, it didn't show us the how do you run the exit, but the exit, the final corner is actually banked. But you can see here, turn 1 is actually almost flat out here. Actually, not really flat out. You have to actually lift here, and then turns 2 you have to also actually brake here into essentially a bank turn 2, and then a very slow turn 3, and then you come into the S's here, turns 4 and turns 5. First part of the S, you are able to actually go flat out, but this is where you might need to take it easy, as you might actually have to modulate the cornering here, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then here's turn 8, and here's a very, very long right-hander. It reminds me of Road America, and after that corner is actually a very long back straight. Yeah, it's a very long back straight, and oh, the car is actually squiggling multiple times over, and then into this next corner, which is part of the S, and you can see here there's a huge amount of banking, so you can afford to actually carry a lot more speed than usual. But this part, you don't actually carry a lot of speed, but getting a good exit from this corner is actually very, very crucial, as this car actually is very eager on the throttle. And then you get to see this right-hand king, although there's really not much space, so you have to actually be aware of your surroundings if you're actually going to go 2Y or 3Y. And here's a very slow corner. Brake very early for this hairpin section. As you see here, the car actually being very eager on the throttle once again, as you can see here. And then here's the final corner that we mentioned here. The final corner is seriously banked. I believe it is at around 30 degrees. So this is for optimal and maximum cornering speed. So this is where you're able to actually make the most out of your engine here, especially coming into this main straight. So that's one thing that I want to highlight about this circuit.
Yeah. The premise of the real-life Bull Run is that pairs try to make it from east to west of America in the shortest and legal way. How is up to them. Well, that's a long distance. This track is itself big, but we're going to be racing only 12 laps here.
Yeah, this is as a result of course, trying to maintain the race distance and all that.
12 laps or 25 minutes, whichever laps first. This is going to be a challenging, fictional road course race for the Indie VTubers. Let's go to the Bull Run. Load.
Anyways, as you can see here on the map here, it's like, yeah, it's Megville, Colorado, and of course Megville doesn't really exist, although the state Colorado exists.
Yeah.
You see here the length here, 6.06 kilometers, making it the longest so far that we have seen here in the IndieCar season. And also, I just want to translate it to miles. It's at 3.77 miles. So let's talk about who misses the shot, who misses the cut.
Oh no, non again fails to make the cut.
And Nacho Neko and Ojiki.
Ojiki again. Also missing
tough
out.
luck there. Yeah, Nacho Neko, after making last race, resumes her DNQ woes.
And Emma too, missing out.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. So anyways, let's take a look into the front parts of the grid, as we're going to point out the starting lineup here.
Another pole!
Wow. Yeah,
wow.
It's very surprising here to see Yuki Sakuna just absolutely going ablaze here, despite not having the results. Now that's my Sakuna though, very good on a single lap, but just not able to get it done on the race distance. But let's just hope that Sakuna is able to get into the distance. As Cinder, of course, also starts on the front row. Bowter with Hoshifari EQ 4th, Ami Aranya, Ikiki Pyonpyon 5th and 6th, Min Phantom 7th with Annie 8th, Watagashi Uno and Shira Lily 9th and 10th. Yasutoiki and Captain Hana 11th and 12th. Tomoe Umari in 13th. Just wanted to mention to you that we want to check the rest of the field.
Yeah, I'll get to it, but oh my. Sakura flexing the fact that she once was mighty. Yeah, and she is mighty. Third,
I just want to...
Third, pole in 8 rounds so far, and this is a 12-round series. Go ahead.
Anyways, just wanted to point out, but go back to the top 3. Again, we have 3 cars actually setting identical lap times. But again, as Yuki Sakuna crossed the line first, she got the pole, she got the dips for pole position. Cinder and Bao actually going toe-to-toe with her.
Yeah, 2 Chevys against a Honda.
Yeah, so anyways, back into 14th, Ida Pochu with Ami Amami 15th, Doobie 16th, Nyatasha Nyanyers in 17th, Nina Saotome 18th with Hanamori Healthy 19th, and Miyasho Noshiki in 20th. Shiguri Oi is in 21st with Lime 22nd, Rudo 23rd with Kitania 24th, Tenchi Kotone 25th with Vividly Vivi in 26th. 27th is going to be Kawasaki Sui with Hore 10th and 28th, Swap Hotshot 29th, and Fallen Shadow in 30th place.
Patra, and then Shadow, and then we are good to go here. All right, all 30 cars are gridded up, and we will be set to go for this next round. We're going to be racing, again, 12 laps, round 8 here at the Bullrun International Circuit. Fantasy Road Course action. What is your expectations? High attrition, low attrition, somewhere in between?
All right. So based on how the cars are being run, I also actually noticed a lot of the cars just struggling for traction at the exit of the corners. So maybe we get to see some cars being spun out actually at the exit of these tight corners, or maybe in the S's. It's a very, very rear heavy track. So the rear tire wear is going to be absolutely apparent, and just maintaining your control of the car is going to be the directive for this race.
All right. We'll just see what happens. Expect perhaps tire wear, as Adaka has mentioned. High speed, high banking, long distance track. Let's go ahead and skip much of this pace lap. Everyone seems to be doing fine in the pace lap. No one's stuck, so I'm gonna start. I suppose
love the camera work though.
Yeah.
I love the camera work here on this one. I hope that we get to see more of it. So here's the hairpin part. So here is the part where we may get to see the best overtakes here, as you might want to see some drivers actually trying to test the limits of the car through the braking. So anyways, with Cinder and Yuki Sakuna literally on the front row with the exact same lap time, and also the driver behind that is Bao, who also set identical lap times. Let's see how the race goes on round 8 of the IndyCar season.
Already into the green flag now. We're gonna start on the banked last turn and get into the start finish, and what a big jump by Iku and Cinder as we get things underway for the first of 12 laps.
Just wanted to point out though that Sakuna actually hopped onto the curb into the final corner, which absolutely upset the car and absolutely held her back. Meanwhile, we got the cars actually surviving the first corner and into turn 2, which is also a very, very heavily banked. Lots of cars actually going off wide.
Oh, healthy. Not so healthy there. Patra also having issues.
Fell ill. Yeah, she fell ill there on that second corner.
Right.
So, with the exception of just a single car, everyone is able to get into this first sector pretty much without any sort of issues. Now it's Cinder leading this race.
I've seen a couple of cars lose front wings, not just healthy. Yeah, there's a bit of shakiness. Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see here, there's a huge there's a disrupt change in elevation from the start of the straight to this part, and of course the car's actually going airborne, which may explain why. The downforce helps, of course, but of course the tires just doesn't grip, and with the cars actually having the tires lift off from the ground, and when they actually put on the throttle, there is a huge and serious case of actually wheel spin. So just wanted to point that out in mind.
This is certainly not an easy track for the Indies to drive on. This is the very first full-length race for the VTRP and the very first IndyCar race here.
So there's a lot of history.
There was a Corporal Car West race in Season 5 last March or April where we raced here, and I don't remember how things went. But I'm sure.
So anyways,
I'm sure that Corporal Car West race ended up seeing a whole bit of action, as we're seeing a few cars in pit lane. Patra, Bao, Cheeky, Mint. God damn it! Another issue for Mint.
Yeah, another setback for Mint Phantom. So let's just hope that maybe there's a safety car intervention.
Oh no!
That's Hori 1010.
No.
Actually, on the inside of turn 2, Hunter More Healthy manages to get into this corner, no problem this time. Now, I fear that actually if you get stuck on the inside on the grass at turn 2, you're not going to be able to escape there, of course, in essentially an elevated setting when you're just trying to get up there, especially in a slippery slope, you're just going to go back down.
My big concern is that abrupt elevation drop. I want to make sure I know where exactly it is.
And as you can see here, Cinder now trying to defend her position against Kiki Pian, who is now running in second place. Cinder, you can see here she actually maintains the grip very, very well here coming into the hairpin. Kiki Pian isn't going to challenge herself at the moment, but what about the other drivers at the back?
Al getting out, but wounded.
Yeah.
I think I've seen issues in pit lane on this
she's
track.
Continuing on without a rear wing.
Yeah, so yeah, same issue for Patra. No front, nor rear. Mint
Sprint
has
car
an intact
moment.
car.
So anyways, now it's Kiki Pian now at the back end of Cinder's car as they now get into turn 1 where they actually have to lift off a bit. And then coming into turn 2, you can see how much of an advantage Kiki Pian actually has over Cinder at this section. Into turn 3, now Pian is able to actually maintain the gap between herself and Cinder at the exit of the S's. There's a good chance that actually Kiki is going to go down the inside.
We're soon to approach that slight elevation drop. Unless I may have missed it again. I think this is it. This is a slight elevation drop that I was
It's not even slight. That's huge. That is huge. And you can see how much these drivers are absolutely struggling. Now, the best way for these drivers to actually manage this huge elevation drop is actually when you're going over the crest, you have to lift off the throttle and not provide any more power to the rear wheels. Remember, these Indy cars are rear wheel drive. So you want to make sure that the tires are as free as they are when you are airborne. So when you actually get back into the ground, there's no wheel spin that unsettles the car as you make the impact of the ground once again.
And these open wheel cars are lighter in weight than stock cars and GT cars, which is a bit more risky driving those cars, especially on that aforementioned drop.
Now, here's a bit of a fun fact comparing these open wheelers compared to the tin top cars. Now, you get to see the fastest available cars on the world here. The open wheelers consistently provide the fastest racing action out of any of the racing disciplines that we have seen so far. But the way they handle their speed, essentially the margin for error is actually very, very small, and it's actually borderline zero. So you have to learn how to make use of what little space you have and what little time you also have, as Hori Tenten attempts to go down the inside.
We lose 2 cars, one by an accident, one by a busted engine.
And also Bao as well, who I know has also retired. Meanwhile, Yasutoiki now, watch out.
to chase after that Aussie bunny rabbit, Kiki.
And goes down the inside.
Up to P2 now for Yaso Toiki.
As you can see here, what about history for Yaso Toiki here? Is she looking for her first win? Is she looking for the first win in a long while as she's about to make her move against Cinder?
So far, she's only got the one podium to her name. A second place at Lausitz last season.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, Lausitz. A very, very popular track when you're talking about ovals in Europe. Of course, it's essentially Pocono, but what if you place them in Germany, in, I believe, East Germany, if I'm not mistaken? But that's not the relevant story here for Yaso Toiki, as Toiki now has to defend against against Kiki Pyonpyeon and the fourth place car of Annie.
Very close to each other, battling for positions. Kiki breaking for the line, but dropping
and Kiki
a bit.
Pyonpyeon actually having to actually slow down the corner, and Annie making use of the outside line at turn 1 to actually steal the position.
Enter Hoshifuri Iku and Yuki Sakuna. Oh, they're very close to each other. And another one, Shy Lily. And a few more cars bunch up together. Cars bunching up close with Cinder well ahead of the others.
Yeah, it looks like there's a pace difference between Yaso Toiki and Annie, and
Annie
of course
up to P2.
Cinder. Yeah, now we got multiple drivers here going until possibly 11th on back now, trying to catch up to the second place car as Cinder continues to pull away. Remember what I said about the tire wear?
Yeah.
Tire
wear will come into play here, especially with their use of the red sticker tires, the red Firestones.
Softer variants, of course, more susceptible to wear, of course, more susceptible to it actually being cooked and all that stuff, and losing optimal grip. So yeah, lots of tire wear to be seen here on these IndyCars so far, as we are now coming into the 5th lap of the race.
5th lap, soon 6th, as another car gets stuck back in pit lane again. Healthy, not so healthy.
Yeah, fell ill, especially in the middle of turn 2 on lap 1, as Doobie also is running a sprint car in the middle of the racetrack.
Doobie, do not be doing so hot.
Yeah.
This is a challenging track indeed. But Cinder...
And...
as you were saying?
And... yeah. So anyways, Cinder continues to pull away against Kiki Pyonpyeon. I believe the gap is already at around 2.3 seconds between first and second. So already the lead is currently being controlled very, very well. Cinder now actually has some of a cushion for her to fall back on if she is making... if she makes any mistake whatsoever, she'll at least have some form of cushion, but that cushion is gonna go away, and she'll have to build that gap again.
Cars dropping down again, still no issues. Hopefully they were given a sufficient amount of practice to handle that part of the track, especially. Going into dog leg before the tight hairpin.
Yeah, Cinder actually now going to the dog leg with no sorts of problems. Meanwhile, looking into the back here, as Cinder continues to control this race, no problem. Yaso Toiki now maintains in 4th place, as you can see Kiki Pyonpyeon now trying to defend against, if I am not mistaken, Yaso Toiki is now back up into 3rd.
Yaso Toiki hoping for another podium, hopefully even her first win. Strong performance in her rookie season last August, hoping to continue her momentum here in November.
Meanwhile, just want to check the drivers for the back. Watch out for Yuki Sakuna.
Yuki Sakuna currently running 7th.
And you can see here lots of drivers actually checking up.
Again, close fight here. Bit of a slight slippy slide by Tomoe. Trying to catch up here.
And looks like Umari is trying to get into it, just trying to find a way past. It looks like she's able to get past. And meanwhile, Sakuna, is going to be under pressure from another driver.
As they go down the section again. Still no issues. Luckily. I think the biggest issues so far had to be the pit lane issues. I mean, those are tight pit boxes, hard to get in and out without shearing
making
off
contact with the wall,
shearing off of someone's front or rear wing or barrier. Yeah.
You either make contact with the wall or you make contact with another car. That's just how tight the pit lane is at the moment. Meanwhile, just looking into Cinder, just trying to defend against Kiki Pion once again. And now the gap's now dropped down actually to less than a second.
Cinder trying for her second win of the month. After Chicago, I think Cinder might find her niche in road and street courses. Kiki, certainly an all-rounder, vying for a win. Kiki, hoping to get her fifth IndieCar win in her career, but Cinder blazing on by, coming down to fewer than 5 laps here. Gotta also watch out for Toiki.
And I just wanted to actually point out a few things here about this track, Bull Run. I actually noted that this track actually, I believe, exists in a set of course, if I'm not mistaken. Just wanted to check on the additional information.
Yeah, while you go check it out, notice that Kiki has made the jump into the lead.
Yeah, you saw that on the feed. Kiki Pion actually bamboozling Cinder, and now Yasuo Toiki is now going to be taking the scraps here as she now takes second place.
The flames are starting to ebb for Cinder quite a wee bit as she drops a couple positions to third. But there's still 4 laps to go after this, so still quite a lot of racing to consider for the front runners here.
Cinder actually is gonna try to go ahead against Yasuo Toiki once again. You see here Cinder just going for any sort of real estate that she can find against Toiki. And right now, for all these drivers, if they want to actually have a good run of the final corner, they need to have a good traction. They need to have a good car, and they also need to make sure that the positioning to the other car is absolutely spot on. And by that, I mean absolutely going to the rear end of someone before actually peeling down the inside. And even then, you have to be nose ahead. Your nose needs to be ahead into the first kink, the right-hand kink, as you make your move.
Probably a bit of a close touchy touch between Yasuo Toiki and Kiki Pion as Toiki goes ahead.
Yasuo Toiki now leading with just about 4 laps to go. Meanwhile, Kiki Pion and Cinder not actually going to take this line down. As you can see here, going into this very, very long right-hand sweeper and into essentially this crest. Cinder might actually have the slipstream to maybe go down the inside of Kiki Pion.
Waiting for the opportunity to strike, but it's Kiki who goes ahead. Cinder goes ahead as well. Kiki has to lead Cinder back to second. Toiki drops back to third.
And all of this, Sakuna still stuck in 7th.
6th, actually.
She actually managed to get past Shy Lily, but Shy Lily is actually hounding the rear end of that Sakuna car, as Sakuna can probably think of a defensive move, and that is what she's doing right now.
Look how close the top 5 are. Very close. We're seeing close battles between the contenders here in this round. Quite a bunch of action.
Someone's going out of the pit.
Oh.
Someone's coming out of the pits. Might want to pay attention to that.
Or maybe someone's going into the pits. Or just coming out in doobie. Either she's coming in or coming out.
Yeah,
more
she's
like
stopping.
coming in. Okay.
So anyways, Bao is currently the one that is ahead of Cinder. And if Cinder doesn't clear her very well, then Kiki, Yasutoiki, and Kiki Pyongyang is going to be able to take the scraps and maybe go at it for the race lead.
Bit of a traffic issue, of course. Cinder tried to find an opportunity to perhaps pass by Bao.
Right, as you can see here, Cinder maintaining the gap at the moment, as you can see here. Oh, yeah, she's actually pulling away though against Yasutoiki.
Oh, Kiki dropped to 4th. Tomoe Umari jumps up to P3.
It's still anyone's race as they're now
Sakana
coming
has dropped
into
to
the
10.
top.
Was as high as 6th at one point, but has dropped a few positions now.
Well, she actually, her highest was at during the start of the race when she was in pole position, but she was in an unfavorable position. She actually went into the curb as she went into the final corner. As Cinder, she was blocked by Bao as Bao went to the pit lane. As I mentioned here, now Yasutoiki is in the lead.
Very risky there, but there's still 2 more laps to consider for these drivers. Toiki hoping to make victory lane for the first time. Ditto Tomoe. Kiki hoping for a 5th win. Cinder hoping for a 2nd win of the month.
Oh, lots of back and forth between these drivers. As you can see, Kiki Pyongyang now down the inside of Cinder.
Oh, that's dangerous right there. More close battles, especially on these S's.
Right. Just wanted to check onto Yasutoiki's gap. Her gap is, I believe, just well over a second here. It was at 1.3 seconds, the gap between the leader, Yasutoiki, and Kiki Pyongyang right now.
1.5.
It's now expanded to 1.5 seconds. Yeah, it's now expanded to 1.5 seconds. So if Kiki Pyongyang wants to grab her win here in the bull ring, then she needs to pick up the pace right now and also consider her positioning in the final lap.
When around one of those banked turns.
Yeah. Also, looking into drivers further back.
Try Lily 3rd.
Check.
Cinder currently outside the podium positioning.
So, anyways, as we're now coming into the hairpin, Yasutoiki currently in control of the penultimate lap of the bull run race.
Careful about the slippy slidey. Now the big right-hand banked turn. White flag next time by for Yasutoiki.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All she needs to do is essentially keep her composure. Just make sure that she brings the car home in one piece. To maintain the gap between herself and Kiki Pyongyang where possible, and if she is going to lose the gap between herself and Kiki Pyongyang, she needs to make sure that she's gonna also cause Kiki Pyongyang some troubles, as Cinder is gonna try to get herself back into 3rd.
Tried to push Shy Lily out of the way. Oh, both cars with Gamer Subs liveries at it with each other here. Shy Lily remains ahead. Yasutoiki well ahead still of Kiki.
Yeah, looks like there's some jostling for battles here with the literal wheel banging between these cars. Oh, you can see Kiki Pyongyang absolutely giving it everything against Yasutoiki. But you can see the gap actually just dropped down. Yeah, she went full send, but the gap's now opened up to 1.6 seconds.
1.06 indeed. Kiki, just a couple more chances to try to catch up to Toiki.
And into the dogleg, into the hairpin, and the next right-hander, and the final corner. Those are the last corners that these drivers are going to be facing. Let's see how it goes.
This may decide the race here. Toiki tried to be on the defense. Kiki just... Oh, man. Gonna be really close. All comes down to the bend turn, but Yaso Toiki is still too far ahead. And I don't know if anyone will be able to catch up to her. Last chance for Kiki, but it's going to be too little too late, and we have another first-time race winner. Yaso Toiki wins at the Bull Run.
Yes, the Bull Run. Of course, a very, very interesting track on the hillside. Lots of bank corners, lots of varieties here. It's basically a great track to win, especially if you want to make your name as an essentially an all-rounder driver. Congratulations to Yaso Toiki for winning here in Bull Run on the 8th round of the 15th IndyCar season.
Toiki is now an IndyCar race winner. She'll stake her claim as having what a whole bunch of others have done, win a race here in this top series of Indy VTubers. What a performance by Toiki. From a start of 11th and taking victory here, Kiki will finish second, and Cinder lucky enough to get the last podium spot in this round.
Right. Just wanted to point out as well, Cinder in the podium, and then there's Kiki in second place. And also just wanted to point out as well, Sakuna is in 10th. So I want to see their full results here as I will let you record the results as we speak.
We're waiting for a few more drivers to finish. Mint is done. Doobie will take forever to finish because this pit lane is, I believe, before start finish, and yeah, she's gonna park here, and same thing for Val
as well. So Swopatra, engine failure. Tanya, 29th place due to an accident. As the drivers are now going to finish whatever they're doing in the pit lane. Let's see if we're able to fast forward it. Oh man, oh yeah. Okay, so let's make it official on the race results before we get into the next race. So congratulations, of course, to Yaso Toiki, the winner here in the Bull Run, with Kiki Pion second, Cinder third, Shy Lily fourth, Watagashi Uno fifth, with Amiya Aranya sixth, Annie seventh after actually crashing from pole position last round, Tomoe Omari 8th, Captain Hana 9th, Yuki Sakuna 10th, Nina Saotomi is in 11th with Amiya Mami 12th, and Hoshifari Iku 13th.
And avoiding previous race winner's curse, luckily, with her top 10 finish, finishing P9. Well done to Hannah. And then we have 14th going to... Go ahead.
So 14th Fallen Shadow with Nieta Shenandoah in 15th, Shigeru Ui 16th with Kawasaki Sui 17th, Rudo 18th with Hori 1010 19th with Vividly Vivi in 20th place. Ida Poche is in 21st with Laimu 22nd, Tenji Katone 23rd, Men Phantom 24th, Miyashina Shiki is in 25th with Doobie 26th, Bao 27th, Hanamori Healthy 28th, Kitanya 29th, and Swopatra is in 30th. Now, Dad, just want to remind you that my mind is currently not in the best state possible due to it being midnight in where I am at the moment. So I might actually have to log off after the round 8, but I will give the viewers a bit of a preview of what Darlington has to offer. So about Darlington, of course, is where we call Darlington Speedway. It has a lot of history. It was there in the, of course, from the earlier phases of the NASCAR season. Of basically, it is a part of NASCAR history essentially. So just wanted to check a look into Darlington Raceway for round 9 of the IndyCar season for round the 15th season. For the oval since 1953, the length is at 1.3 miles, 4 turns. Turns 1 and 2 are at 25 degrees, and turns 3 and 4 are at 23 degrees. So, as we mentioned, the track is egg-shaped due to a river that is being placed nearby the track. So, I can't wait to see how the racing will pan out for round 9. But unfortunately, this is where I will end my stream here. Thanks to Dak for having me here,
And
and I
thank
like to
and
see
thank
how round 9 pans out.
yeah, and thank you for coming in for these races. Do have a good night, and hope to see you again for tomorrow's IndyCar season finale.
Well, good luck for round 9, everyone.
All right, see ya. Thank you. All right. So it's just me and myself, as someone else has come in. Okay. Someone has joined the server, the VTRP server, and also I'm on Twitter, also known as X, VTRP _ racing, I believe. Yeah. VTRP _ racing, as I look into the points. Where was I again? Points. Sakana. Okay. Have the points in and pull. So the Road and Street classification as it stands, Kawasaki Sui still leads to classification 151, Cinder second, 131, Numi 128, Kiki 109, and Yaso Toiki 91. And as we look at the championship standings, Lena Lazar an absentee in this race, which means the lead for Sui extends to 10. Sui, 8. Lena, 218. Amami, 171. That's 57 behind the points leader. Fourth is Numi, 165, 63 behind, and Kiki, 154. That's your top 5 as it currently stands. And Woof Mint still bottom of the standings. You just hate to see that. Oh, man. But we are going to take a break here, as we're going to go into round 9 at Darlington. We're going to be racing 55 laps, full 100% damage model. Oh my. And we will get to it in just a few minutes. Stick around, we'll be back for more IndyCar. And we are back here for the third and last race of the day in the IndyCar 15th series as we get back to the game screen. We are indeed going to be heading out to Darlington, 1.3 miles. I'm going to be racing 55 laps. Let's get my Wikipedia page up. Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. The lady in black, the track too tough to tame. Basically a NASCAR track, but we are going to derail it once more with open-wheeler Indy cars. So, here, 55. Alright, as we have a look at the track preview. Egg-shaped track. First two turns wider than the last two turns. Turns 1 and 2 banked 25 degrees. Turns 3 and 4 banked 23 degrees. Front straight 3 degrees. Back straight 2 degrees. And we're going to use the more proper short oval kits for this race. The other two short oval tracks have been using the higher downforce, basically road course kits, but this time we're going to use proper short oval kits here, since this is a slightly bigger oval track. Still technically a short oval. But that's the preview of the track. Expect some close racing at the wall as we get back to the game screen, and we will get racing here. So we're set to go. Load. Reroll. Noontime here, which means there's going to be college football already. And let's set the grid. And well, woof, Ojiki is DNQ for the third straight round. And Tenjin Katani missing out on an oval race. Nacho also. Shai Lily and Nami Amami also couldn't make the cut. Oh my. So they're all gonna get out. Been cooking Nizu's car for STCC, which is halfway through the home stretch for STCC as a whole. Let's look at new stars between now and when we start in January. Oh, I can't wait to see those new stars liveries. I can't believe it's like roughly a couple months until Formula Hollow and the Stars Touring Car Championship. I think we gotta get through Phase Car first. Which Doobie Shibi, pole position Shibi in. And then we have Shiki alongside her. Emma and Elena pick up row 2. Uno and Doki. Nero, Captain Hannah, and Sui. Mint will start up in the 5th row. Then we have Uwe and Annie. Amiya, Tomoe, and Pochi. Naruto and Toiki. Cinder, Sarway, Bao. Iku, Vivi, and Healthy. Ten, Kiki, Shadow, and finally, Sakuna, Nyanners, and Laimu. Anyway, if you want to go in for commentary, we're going to go into commentary, feel free to do so, but in the meantime, we are set to go here. 55 laps, last round of the day. All 30 cars are gridded up perfectly fine. We're just going to see what happens here. In round 9 of the penultimate oval race of the season here at Darlington Raceway. Short oval action here. Yeah, another Etolomem at pole. May she not bottle it this time. What will happen here? Let's load. Cars just now getting out. Your Firestone Fast 6, Doobie Shiki, Emma Elena, Uno Doki Bird. 30 cars, all gridded up, set to go here. 55 laps, round 9. Penultimate oval round of the season. Here we go, from the Lady in Black, the track that's too tough to tame. We're here at Darlington, we're gonna go racing into the green flag. Here we go. Already 3 wide action to start things off. In a test race, I saw a 4 wide at the starts. Might we see something like that early on? Emma, D3D, Doobie, and someone else, Nero-sama, currently in the lead. Cars bunching up close to each other. Hoping we would see like a 3-4 wide. Did see a 3 wide. There's a 3 wide. Not quite a 4 wide though. I saw a 4 wide in a test race, which I have documented on Twitter. Kawasaki Sui hoping for a 3rd win. Currently nose ahead of Uno. Shiguri Uwe looking for her 1st oval win. Also, don't discount Annie either. There's a 4 wide! There's a 4 wide! Look at the replay. I saw a 4 wide. There it is! 4 wide! Oh, you love to see that! 4 wide in this replay. Back to live action we go. As I don't even know what's going on anymore. I went into the replay a bit too long and a few cars are already a lap down. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, the championship standings are already fucked. Oh no. It's Tomoe Umari who has to lead. And Hannah in 2nd and Annie 3rd. 4 wide again! Oh man, this is exciting stuff. 3-4 wide. IndyCar racing at its finest here on a NASCAR track of all tracks. A NASCAR track of all places. Uno. Back in the lead. And currently rightfully so. How in the world did Sui get way down there to 20th all of a sudden? That's just a bit nuts. 3 wide towards the front, Annie. Run up against Hannah here. Anna just busted completely from pole at Nazareth. Here she is among the front runners here. Annoyingly, we're seeing a mishmash of lead cars and lapped cars because I lingered in the replay section a wee bit too long, and that's why the standings are currently bugged. Home away. Fresh off of a second place finish at Nazareth. Currently up in front. $10-10-28. Come on, man. I don't want to deal with such madness. Come on. Oh no. Getting into the swing of things here on this high bent egg-shaped oval. Close racing here. Annie into the lead. Prefers racing on ovals, but apparently not at Nazareth. So he just wants to get back into the lead lap, maybe. Hannah, side by side with Annie. As the inside goes clear of the others. More 3 wide action. Annie. Careful there. It's like pack racing at Daytona, except with Indy cars. It's like a much less crazy pack racing, oval racing in rFactor for members of Corporal Car. A whole bunch of drivers hoping to get back into the lead lap, maybe. We're past 16 laps now. And on a distant 5th behind Tomoe Umari. Waiting to see when we'll have our first big blooper of this race. Relatively clean racing so far, except for the fact that the standings ended up being bugged due to the replay at the showcase toward the start of the round. Whoopsie! Takashi Uno has been lingering on third for quite a while. They're both speeding up faster than Annie here. Uno currently up in front, but no by much. Now she goes clear of Hannah. Still clean racing. We're through 20. It's basically a battle between like 3 drivers as it currently stands. 3-4 actually. Cinder a distant 5th behind 4 drivers here. And I'm hoping to get a second win today. Have a big jump in the championship standings. In a course full of stormy seas at Nazareth, she was able to find clear racing much of the way, and got the victory over there. Now here she is leading in another East Coast circuit. Well, Eastern United States circuit. And as I said, Annie has gone back up in front. Still with the mishmash of lead cars and lapped cars. To make perhaps following along with the race lead a bit more confusing. Still surprisingly clean racing. This track may be the antithesis of Nazareth in short oval shenanigans. This is a short-ish oval, actually, but anyway, Annie dropped to third. Uno second. Uno vying for the lead. And here she is in the lead. With under 30 laps to go here. Uno. To go on the move against Annie, who's on the inside. Another 4 wide. Man. Why couldn't we see such action on super speedways in VTuber IndieCar? Why do we guys see the 4 wide action mostly in Purple Car, which has less of a focus on oval racing? The world may never know. Hannah back up in second. On the inside, trying to approach this pack of cars, which has Annie just buried deep within. Hannah speeding up ahead. When will the bit of chaos be invoked? When will we get to see a pit stop shuffle? I swear to God, if it's in the final 5 laps of this race. Quite a bit of leapfrogging here. Everyone driving remarkably clean, all things concerned. Hanamori Healthy has made her way up to 4th currently, one of Ayami's daughters. But that 4th place showing briefly stopped lasting as Pink Cat herself, Yanners, makes her way into the top 5, trying to catch up with another Chevy driver in Cinder. Up to 4th. And he is leading. And being aided by a whole bunch of cars behind her, blocking the next driver down from having a clear shot at her. Hannah and Uno trying to think of something. Cinder back up to 4. Waiting to see if there's anything happening. Anna trying to go past these lapped cars. Uno trying to catch up to the captain. Oh, watch out. Watch out for touchy touch. Uno making her way back up to 2nd as Annie's losing a bit of defense here. Uno and a few others tried to catch up to the race leader as the laps trickle down one by one. This is a big challenge for the drivers not leading the race. Having to deal with a whole bunch of cars in the way. At least 4 or 5 now. Annie currently clear. 15 to go. Still 13 cars inexplicably on the lead lap, when it should be much more than that. And Hannah has basically caught up with Annie, has the advantage of the inside. Hannah breaking away further, going further inside and jumping back into the lead. But no lead is safe, considering the skill and finesse to go around the lapped cars for the drivers in contention for the win. Uno and Annie. Here comes Watagashi Uno. Trying to put her left brain into use. Back into the lead she goes as we come down to 12. But being threatened almost immediately by Hannah, Annie, a bit trapped. Hannah hoping to regain the lead, ahead by half a car length, and goes clear. Annie has freed herself from the mess. Very close to the lead. Battle for the lead between Annie and Hannah. Annie goes clear. Hannah drops back. Oh, Hannah losing ground. Oh, man. Very close to 4 wide. On the back stretch. This is amazing stuff here. Uno and Annie, 2 Honda cars at it with each other. Uno slight edge ahead of Annie by unofficially .014. Already we're seeing a couple cars going to pit lane. We may have ourselves pit stop shuffle very soon, as cars start to come in. Oh, careful about the camera shaking. Oh man, I don't want to be dizzy. Oh man, Annie is one of the drivers in pit lane. And there's the pit stop shuffle we've all been expecting to see here. Expect a big sprint into the finish the rest of the way for these 30 Indies all still in it. Oh no, Maruto and Kiki both without front wings. They may have to drop into pit lane. Might we have some chaos in the last few laps as cars fight for position and then shear off some front and rear wings the rest of the way? Good heavens gracious. Anamori healthy has no front wing. Jeez Louise. So who in the world will be coming out to take the lead? Seems like it should be Watagashi Uno, yes, with 5 to go. Annie's second, Hannah third, and we're right back to where we were before the pit stop shuffle with those drivers. That's a 4. Uno too far ahead of Annie. Annie tried to find an opportunity to catch up with Uno, but Uno is, well, has almost nobody ahead of her. Into the penultimate lap of this round 53, down 2 to go. So it seems like the pit stop shuffle basically did absolute bupkis. Uno will meet the white flag. 1 to go here. It's basically that replay that messed up the order that basically determined the race. And the pit stop shuffle solidified it. And coming down to the last final turn, And Watagashi Uno will take the victory here at Darlington. Second, Gasp Shock Ah Annie. Third, Gasp Shock Ah Captain Hannah. So Uno is victorious and is now a 5-time IndyCar winner. When was her last win? Her last win was Series 12 in New Hampshire, which was also an oval, apparently. And she finally is now a 5-time IndyCar winner. Congrats to Uno, Annie, and Hannah. Your top 3 here at Darlington Raceway, as we will bring in the points and then wrap up for today. Uno from a start of 5th. Where did Annie start 12th and Captain Hannah start off 9th? Not bad. But Doobie started off at pole finish 29th. That's basically the antithesis of the last time IndyCar went to Darlington, in which Delutaya started off in 30th and ended up winning the race there. This time, Doobie started off at pole and ended up finishing one spot ahead of dead last. rFactor AI at its finest. Another middling finish for both 1010 and Mint. Well, luckily we made it through the stream with basically no issues with the connection. Just some slight dropping in the number of bars or no BS. But no complete stoppages as far as I'm concerned, so that's good news, considering what I checked in my in that one website that checks for connection stability. It was showing bad amount of pinging. But I digress. Need to type the last few names, and then we'll talk about the finale tomorrow. Oh man, these standings I expect will be rather spicy standings. So, bonus point for Doobie, because she got pole. Ooh, zowie. This is going to be really crazy as we edit the top 5 again. We're going to start off with 5th. That is Cinder with 179. And 4th is Hannah, 192. 3rd is now Uno, 210. Lena Lazar, 232. And Kawasaki Sui, 233. 1 point after round 9, not round 8. And we have a new bottom dweller currently, and that's former IndyCar champion and Nacho Mecco. Might she herself get to experience what it feels like to finish dead last? After winning absolutely dismal 5th season a long time ago. So Sui, Kawasaki Sui, Elena Lazar, Watakashi Uno, Captain Hannah, and Cinder, your top 5. Anyway, that's going to do it. Tomorrow is indeed the finale of IndyCar's 15th series as we get to the schedule here. We're going to be racing at Rio Hondo in Argentina, and then it's off to Charlotte for a night race on the Charlotte Motor Speedway Oval, and then the finale will take place at Detroit Belle Isle, the street circuit that used to be an IndyCar staple before the racing moved downtown. But that is going to be it for me today. Again, I'd like to thank Adak for his insights in the track reviews and the racing. Hope to see him again tomorrow. Hope to see you again tomorrow for the IndyCar 15th Series finale, where we determine who will get that gold star. So I'm going to be enjoying the college football. And then I will see you again tomorrow at, I believe, 10:30 a.m. Eastern for the finale of IndyCar's 15th Series. I'm curious to see who will win the title. Alright, that's going to be all for me. Thanks again so much for watching, and have a great rest of your Saturday. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Otsudag.